The film begins with Mickey, who is trapped between two snow-covered rocks. A man approaches but doesn't help. Instead, he laughs and asks how it feels to die. He tells Mickey that he dies and revives repeatedly, so he should enjoy this death, and promises to meet again before walking away. A creature attacks Mickey, and the scene cuts to a machine printing Mickey's body, revealing he is not human but a variant created for experimental purposes. Mickey is designed to perform tasks too dangerous for humans, such as exploring deep space or testing planetary conditions. Toxic vaccines are tested on him, and when he dies, the machine prints a new version of him, complete with the previous version's memories. To understand Mickey's situation, the story flashes back. Mickey and a friend borrow money from a gangster to start a business. When they fail to repay, the gangster threatens to cut off their body parts. Earth is highly polluted, making it uninhabitable, so humans seek new planets. A spaceship prepares for such a mission. Mickey, desperate to escape his problems, signs up for a job he doesn't understand. He checks the expendable box without knowing its meaning. A girl later explains that expendables receive no salary, minimal food, and must agree to being reprinted after death using organic spaceship waste. Mickey consents. His memory is stored in a hard drive, and he is told to shoot himself. Reluctantly, he does. His body is discarded, and a new one is printed for routine tasks. Meanwhile, a leader named Kenneth Marshall gives a speech about making a new planet habitable. Mickey, uninterested, eats alone until a security agent named Nasha joins him. They talk, become friends, and eventually fall in love. Despite dying multiple times and being reprinted, Mickey always returns to Nasha. Eventually, the crew reaches a planet called Nephilim, covered in ice, suggesting the presence of water and possibly oxygen. To test habitability, Mickey is sent down and ordered to remove his mask. This allows bacteria to enter his body, making him seriously ill. Scientists begin testing vaccines on him. Over a dozen deaths later, they succeed in creating a vaccine that allows humans to breathe on Nephilim. After the experiment succeeds, Mickey and 3 other crew members land on Nephilim. While exploring, a young girl is crushed under an ice boulder. Crew is devastated. Upon returning to the spaceship, Kenneth Marshall furiously tells Mickey that he should have died instead. After all, he is an expendable. Instead of Mickey, a girl dies, a girl who could have contributed to the future of the human race. Kenneth Marshall blames Mickey for this loss and punishes him by reducing his food supply and increasing his work shift from 12 to 18 hours. Mickey informs them that he saw a strange creature on the planet, which he names Creeper. Marshall orders him to return and capture the creature. Mickey descends again to Nephilim to catch the creature but falls into a pit. This moment connects back to the film's opening where the creature attacks him. However, instead of killing him, the creature pulls him out of the pit. Mickey pleads for death, but the creature refuses, indicating they are not hostile toward humans. Unable to understand the creature's behavior, Mickey boards a transport truck headed to the spaceship. The truck contains 2 valuable gems from the planet. Tired, he chooses not to report the creature immediately and goes to sleep. When he wakes up hours later, he is shocked to see another Mickey, version MI-18, in his room. Crew had assumed Mickey was dead and printed a new version. MI-18 tries to kill MI-17, insisting that MI-17 has already lived his life, while MI-18 is only 2 hours old. He reminds that the existence of multiple variants is illegal and says MI-17 must die. MI-17 pleads for life, offering his food and arguing that he must warn humans that the creepers are not dangerous. Otherwise, humans might exterminate them. While arguing near the organic waste unit, Mickey's old friend Demo appears, the same person who got him into debt, leading to his expendable status. Both Mickeys harbor resentment and throw Demo into the organic waste. When others arrive, they rescue him. Frightened, Demo is threatened into silence about the 2 Mickeys' existence. MI-17 returns to his room, while NASA personnel take MI-18 away for tasks. Soon after, Marshall's men arrive at MI-17's room and escort him to a banquet, claiming it is in his honor. Mickey feels pleased, finally receiving respect and a meal. Starving for days, he eats greedily. Then, a scientist named Gemma arrives and criticizes Marshall for feeding him experimental synthetic meat under the guise of respect. Mickey realizes he has consumed artificial meat, which is being tested on expendables to check if it is fit for humans. Suddenly, the meat causes an allergic reaction. His throat swells and he begins vomiting. A scientist administers an injection that stabilizes his condition. Gemma is disturbed by the way Mickey is treated and takes him to her cabin, offering tea. She finds Mickey's nature kind and genuine. After tea, Mickey quickly returns to his room and finds his friend Nasha, now sitting with Mi-18. Shocked, she sees both Mickeys alive at the same time, struggling to comprehend how two variants exist simultaneously. Just then, Jama arrives following Mickey-17. She is about to report everything to the authorities when Nasha stops her. Nasha explains that Mickey's survival may not matter to others, but she loves him deeply and cannot live without him. Gemma agrees for the time being. Before they can talk further, loud noises erupt from the meeting room. Kenneth Marshall is engraving his name onto stones brought from the Nephilim planet, intending to mark his and his generation's legacy as the first settlers. As soon as the stone is cut, two creepers emerge. One attacks Kenneth Marshall, while the other begins crawling away. Chaos breaks out. Security guards immediately kill the attacking creeper. Mickey-18, holding deep resentment toward Kenneth for repeatedly causing his death, tries to kill him. This act draws attention to both Mickey-17 and Mickey-18, and authorities capture them along with Nasha for failing to report the situation. The remaining creeper is also captured and subjected to new experiments. Later, Demo appears and tells Mickey that the person they owe money to on Earth has demanded repayment. Without funds, the lender threatens to take a body part from either Demo or Mickey. Demo argues that Mickey, being expendable, can be revived, but losing a body part would be permanent for him. Mickey-18 interrupts, admitting that his rage causes problems, and offers his own body part instead. When Demo approaches in gratitude, Mickey-18 shocks him and steals the key from Demo's pocket. This was his plan all along. Just as he escapes, others arrive with news. Kenneth Marshall's wife has cooked a delicious sauce using a creeper's tail. She now demands more creepers for culinary use and assigns this task to the three captives. Watching from the shuttle's outer camera, Kenneth sees many creepers approaching rapidly. He wants to kill them but is advised by his secretary to wait until the captives collect more creepers. Then they can be eliminated. Nasha becomes furious and confronts Kenneth, accusing him of torturing creatures just to satisfy his palate. Angered, Kenneth ties a young creeper to a rope and places the end in Nasha's mouth, threatening that if she drops it, the creature will die. Meanwhile, Mickey-17 and Mickey-18 are deployed back to Nephilim. They don't have to search far. Many creatures are already near the shuttle. Mickey-17, having communicated with one creature earlier, tries to talk with them again. He warns that humans possess toxic gases and could kill them all. Creature uses sterile kinesis to send a message into Mickey's mind, saying one creeper was killed and another is being held. Demands two things: turn the captured creeper and sacrifice a human life in exchange for the one they lost. To demonstrate their power, the creature emits a terrifying scream that forces Mickey-17 and 18 to cover their ears. Realizing the creature's strength, Mickey-17 signals the spaceship's camera, urging them to release the baby creeper. Nasha understands the signal, but Kenneth misinterprets it, thinking Mickey is secretly communicating. Kenneth decides he should be the one to speak with the creatures for the glory it might bring. He takes the detonator connected to the bombs on Mickey's suits and steps outside. Meanwhile, Nasha fights her way through the crowd to rescue the baby creeper, handing it to Mickey-17, who returns it to its mother. As per the creature's second condition, a human sacrifice, Mickey-18 approaches Kenneth and detonates the bomb on his own suit, killing them both. With her vengeance fulfilled, the mother creeper departs peacefully with her kind. The story then jumps 6 months forward. Nasha is now the head of the space community, and Mickey-17 is alive. She gives him a remote control and tells him he can now destroy the machine that ruined his life. Expressing her desire to spend life with him, she watches as Mickey presses the button and destroys the expendable machine, bringing the film to a close.